Right, guys, so I've spent the week doing what I was going to do. I've been doing lots of research, chatting to people in the FPL community, getting their sort of take on different things, and trying to improve our FPL. Let's see what that's resulted in. I may have ruined myself. Let's find out. So, welcome back to the Focus Den. Spotlight's on me on my team this week. I've been talking about it with people. Normally, I sort of keep my own thoughts to myself. That's how it's been. Keep it secret. So you've got the upper hand at the weekend. So it's actually quite enlightening and quite liberating to discuss my transfer thoughts, activities, and reasons why around the FPL community. It's fantastic. If you really like, doing FPL and you want to get some good ideas up, get onto the FPL community on Twitter. There's lots going on, and I'm going to share some of that with you tonight as well. How it's helped me make my decision-making process. But let's not wait any longer. Let's have a look at the team from last week that I had. 82 points, above the average of 50, which is great. Game week rank of 230,000. I don't think I could have asked for a better start, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with that. Really happy. Wildcard, and this is what I'm going to be doing. I basically started again, so I'm just not even going to waste time going through that. Everybody knows how everybody did last week. Let's go into my new team and let's look at the strategy I've been talking about. So my strategy is to have 3 premium captain type players. So Salah, De Bruyne and Fernandes. Salah speaks for himself. He 750 odd points last 3 seasons. He's started on fire again last week. Alcantar's just signed. Apparently he's going to be playing lots of balls through. You can imagine that for Salah to run on, no brainer. He's back. He was out at the beginning of the week, but he's back in now. De Bruyne, likewise, for me last season, fantastic value player. Had him in right from the start, and there's no way I'm not going with that. And 23 assists. I can't remember how many goals. 11 goals, 8 goals, but absolute no-brainers for me. And the other one, Manuel Fernandes. Now he had higher points total, points per game average than both of these players. By far, it was like 8 points per game in the last from game week 24 or so. So fantastic. He's in my team. Something that helped me with choosing and thinking about this was this from FPL Enigma when I looked at Manchester United players, because I think Man United are going to do well this season. I think this man Bruno Fernandes is a bit of a missing jigsaw piece. It so reminds me of when Cantona went to United, and I think he's a massive. He's raised the game of everybody else around him. Not that you need me to tell you that, but for that reason, he's in my team. But also, I am going to be going for, as one of my premium hopefuls, Mason Greenwood. He's expected to score more goals. Sorry, he has scored more goals per 90 minutes than any other Manchester United player. And he gets assists. And I think ignore that. And I think he's going to get his position in the number 9 as the season goes on, if I'm going to be honest. Big hopes from Man United. So massive thank you to FPL Enigma here. This is his work. I chatted with him on a couple of times, said it was absolutely fine for me to share this information. So, really good stuff. Get on my Twitter feed, @LibsyLovesIt. You'll see it, it's all down there. I've retweeted this. Follow FPL Enigma. He's got some great stuff, loads of different slides, like captain choices, who he thinks the best 4.5, 4.0 midfielders and defenders are going to be, etc. Another FPL enthusiast, obviously loves the stats and doing things like this, so that's fantastic. Thanks very much, Enigma. let's move on back into my team. So Greenwood. So these are my 3 premiums here. This is my set of 4 players who are my premium hopefuls. So I'm hoping to get 200 points from these. Not necessarily just from these, as I rotate this pool of players, this pool of 4 players, as I do transfer business across the season. Not necessarily every week, because these are hopefully going to be good players, but if they're not cutting mustard, it's time to say, for example, if Calvert-Lewin's doing it and Richarlison's not, then I may well bring in Calvert-Lewin and then swap the worst playing player out of Greenwood and Pulisic, and Rodriguez for Pulisic. So I've got some options there. And then what I've got after that, I've obviously brought in Luca Dean for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was in my team last week, based on great performance, next 3 games, and to be quite honest, I looked at Trent's last 10 games of last season versus like Matt Doherty. His average points per game was sort of 5, 43 points. Matt Doherty was 7 or so. Wan-Bissaka was only just behind Man United, and I think that they'll do better again. I'm not saying Trent's not going to bring it. He'll get 200 points this season. He's going to do well, but they haven't got the greatest coming back from injury. They're going to be playing slightly different. They've just signed Alcantara. Diogo Jota's on the way, although I expect him to sort of play the Shaqiri role in terms of backup. I'm going to try and rotate this as the season goes on. £6 million, you know, the next best to pound defenders. Azpilicueta, Matt Doherty, Luca Dean, and then we'll see what else happens again. And then the rest of it, I've got my set and forget keepers, and I've gone for 2 keepers from the same club. Martinez does look like he's going to start. That's what he's been told. However, you know, I did listen to the press conference today, and it was said that possibly he may he has to fight for the shirt, so it's not a guarantee. But anyway, I've gone for 900 as my backup keeper, because if Martinez gets injured, he just comes straight. So that's Dean in the bag for Everton, and as you can see, I have gone triple Everton. I'm not biased. Not this season. I really don't think I'm being biased this season. I worked hard to ignore it, but there's just great value in these players as well. Because Everton have been, let's be honest, poor in terms of FPL assets, and certainly last season. Dean's been all right the season before, on and off. Richarlison's had his moments. There's not been any real sort of bankers since sort of Romelu Lukaku, although I've hoped and I've tried my very best to get them into my team, but this time it feels different. I'm listening to Everton fans. I watch lots of Everton TV online. Toffee TV is my go-to, and speaking to my friends, I live on the Wirral. Speaking to them, they haven't seen Everton like this in a long time, and it feels different. Very different, and it feels like we've got a manager who knows what he's doing. So Everton players, there's great value all round. There's great value in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's very tough for me to leave him out. There's great value in Decore at 5.5 million. Seamus Coleman looked solid last week. If he gets back to his best, he's a £5 million defender that you could have. But this man wasn't in my team to start with, and it was FPL Initiator that got me really thinking about it. I wasn't going to go for him. I was going to give him some time to settle in. I was going to go double up top, Richarlison and Rodriguez, and Calvert-Lewin, but decided in the end, I think Richarlison's going to score more than Calvert-Lewin over the season. Richarlison's one of my premium hopefuls. I wouldn't have put Calvert-Lewin in that bracket. And alongside his goals, when I think they may score the same. That's what they did last season, 13 apiece. I think Richarlison will score more, but he also gets more assists as well. But he likes to cut in from the left. He played on the left last week. I fully expect him to play in a 2 as well with Calvert-Lewin throughout the season. Not a problem whatsoever. But we'll see. That can easily be changed. Also, I can go up to once Southampton sort themselves out, which you never know, maybe just be this weekend. I can go back to Danny Ings, or I can go up to Jimenez with 0.5 million from one of these players, like Greenwood or Rodriguez, and drop one of them. Yeah, which brings me to James Rodriguez. I got him in my team following a discussion and something I'd seen on Twitter. And let me show you. James Rodriguez then. This is FPL Initiator. Follow him online. Guy likes to initiate new trends. I say guy, I don't know if it's a gentleman or a lady. Yeah, 3 top 100k finishes, FPL addict, and he has highlighted the performance of James Rodriguez, and he's somebody that he's liking the look of. Guy had 3 shots, 2 shots in the box, and it's this stat here. Check this one out. Expected assist 0.59. That's the one that got me looking. So I don't really know much about expected assists, so I went to look at the assist master. Yeah, he was at 0.62 or 3, but literally just above. So when you see something like that come up against one of the greats, then you're looking at, hopefully somebody who's going to be involved in the middle of everything. Certainly that's Initiator's thoughts anyway. Okay, he thinks it's going to be at the centre of everything. This isn't me as an Evertonian. And he's right, I was standing against the Spurs side. Some great shots, nearly had a score, nearly scored, just gone past the post. And great value. So yeah, give this man a follow. Thank you, Initiator, for letting me use your thread in my video. So let's go back to the team. So that's my 4 premium hopefuls to be rotated in terms of in the transfer market if they're not up to scratch, or somebody better comes along, basically. Finally, it's what I like to call the greatest value players section, and these are going to be my bargain basement players. Here's my most expensive within that sort of section, Callum Wilson, simply because he's got Brighton at home this weekend, scored last week, and then he'll be coming out after this weekend, and I'll be bringing somebody else in instead of him whilst his fixtures toughen up, because I need to get, worked out, roughly 700 points from from 3 players, including my goalkeeper. So 550 points between these 3 players, but rotated around with fixtures as see fit. So the idea for me here is to have different players from different teams. And my formation, not dictated, but certainly influenced by this. 4.5 million for Brewster this week changed my whole formation. I went to 5 in midfield. I saw him as a starting forward. You don't get many of those, and it becomes an enabler, and it enables me to hopefully put in some premium hopefuls in midfield. I think might do the business, and a playing striker this week. Bar an injury, these won't be moving out for a good few weeks. I'll be looking at moving these players around. My greatest value players: Mitchell, Ayling, Justin, Lewis. Great news on Justin, by the way. He's going to be into the end of October. Mitchell probably won't be that long. Ayling, I'm glad I went for him. A discussion around Ayling on Twitter, And I was originally had Stroykin for £4 million. But I wasn't sure who to go for, and then someone suggested that maybe he might be replacing Cooper, and then I've seen that Cooper's likely to be back this week. I don't know Leeds that well enough, so I did a bit of digging, and I found this, and this helped me make my choice. Again, Twitter, FPL community, this is Harry Travo, at Harry Travo Audi. Give him a follow because he's focused on stats and putting things together. Big Liverpool fan. He's followed by lots of the people in FPL, Fantasy Football Hub. I'll get there one day. Come on, Will. And then he's broken down this. He's got these excellent stats available. So there are sites to go on, but this all feeds into me making an informed decision. It could have quite easily. I think last season I would have just gone and maybe even had a toss-up between Luke Ayling and this man here, Stuart Dallas. Both 4.5 million defenders, one plays left back, one plays right back, but a little bit more further research shows that actually, and I've read some articles as well, this was just the initial part that helped me choose. Actually, he's a utility man, and he plays all over, but he's playing I can't remember if it's left or right back. Left back. Plays left back at the minute. I'm going for. This is his heat map from the previous season. But this is the one I went for. Go on. Obviously, you want to go and have a look at this. I have retweeted it on my Twitter feed, or like I say, follow Harry Travo. It's all there. But just some great information to help me make my decision. And this is the one I've gone for. Luke Ayling. Looked good on the eye as well. According to lots of people, I haven't seen much of him, but I think he seems to be the one, and that's why I've gone for him. So thank you for letting me share that, Harry Travo. All in the spirit of FPL focused community and collaborative learning from each other to help each other to get better. Love it. Only one of us can win. Who's it going to be this year? Right, so let's have a look at my team. So that's my team for this week. I will go and check it out, obviously later tomorrow morning. See if there's any early team news on Twitter. I'm on a wildcard, so any changes just can be made. But other than that, I'm pretty set on what I've got for. Tell me down below, do you like the strategy I'm going for, whereby I look at my 3 premium defenders first every week, followed by my 4 premium hopefuls, and then looking at a very small budget of 6 great value players. Bear in mind, 3 of those are going to be on the bench. Is that too much? Too many value players? Do I need to have better ones, or can I, by wheeling and dealing, get the best value out of those? The biggest challenge probably that this strategy entails. Let me know. Please put some questions in. Any thoughts, any comments, subscribe to my channel. I really want to do this interactively on a Friday night and get people involved. If I get up to 50 subscribers, that's when I think I can start doing that. Until then, I think it's going to be videos because I'll only be on my Billy. Nice one. Thanks for tuning in. See you later, guys. Have a good game week. Bye.